Here's everything you need for an adult size Sock'em Bop'em. A 5.5mm hook, or whatever hook you like using with super bulky yarn. A tapestry needle, or a needle with a really large eye hole. A stitch marker, not required, but a fiber ring. Super bulky yarn tends to give me yarn burn, and this is really helpful to have. Scissors, about a pound of stuffing per Sock'em Bop'em. The pattern calls for 2 colors, color A and color B. I'm just using my leftover yarn, so I'm actually going to have to use 3 colors. I'm using Premier Basics Chanel Brights, size 6, super bulky. For color A, I'm going to be using red, it's called Poppy, and I'm going to need 555 grams or 415 yards for color A. For my color B, I'm going to be using Mulberry and Midnight. One of them will be the fist hole, and one of them I'll be using for the top. For color B, the total you'll need for 2 Sock'em Bop'ems is 230 grams or 175 yards. I would like to note that this project will be worked in the round. That means there's no slip stitching or chaining for each round. You're just going to be working in a continuous circle. Starting with color B, you're going to work 8 single crochets into a magic ring. Sometimes for ease of round 2, I like putting a stitch marker into that first single crochet. Once you have your 8 single crochets, you can tighten your magic ring. For round 2, you're going to increase in every stitch. That means you're putting 2 single crochets into each stitch for a total of 16 stitches. Meet me back here once you've gone all the way around. For round 3, you're going to single crochet and then increase. Repeat this all the way around for a total of 24 stitches. For round 4, you're going to work 2 single crochets in a row and then an increase and repeat that all the way around for a total of 32 stitches. After working round 4, the diameter of the circle is about 3¼ inches. Your work does not need to be exactly the same size as mine, but you probably want it to be close so that the Sock'em Bop'em fits correctly. For round 5, you're going to front loop only single crochet all the way around. Normally you put your hook under both the front and the back loop. Here is just the front loop, and here is just the back loop. So for round 5, you are working under the front loops only. Round 5, front loop only single crochet around. At the end of round 5, you should still have 32 stitches. Don't forget to put your stitch marker in. Meet me back here once you're done. After round 5, you should see your work naturally turning. If you are newer to working in the front and the back loops only, it might be useful right now to take a second stitch marker and to just place it in one of those back loops only that are left open from that round we just did. That's the top of your fist hole. We're now going to be working down to make it into a tube. Rounds 6 through 15 will be single crochet all the way around. At the end of those 10 rounds, you should still have 32 stitches all the way around. Meet me back here after you've got 10 rounds of single crochets. I've just finished the 10th round, or round 15 of single crochets, but we are not done with color B. In order to try and even out the edge, we're going to do a slip stitch into the next stitch. And now you can fasten off. Now weave in your end at the top from the magic ring. Here's what my fist looks like inside of that. It comes just about down to my wrist. Measuring from the bottom of my work to where that back loop only row is, it measures just about 4 inches. We're going to set our hand hole aside for a minute and we're going to work on a handle. So we're going to make a chain of color A, and it needs to be about 27 inches long. I've worked up 83 stitches and my chain is about 27 inches long. You may need more or less stitches in your chain, you just want it to be about 27 inches. Attach your needle to one end of the chain. I think it's easiest if I pull it all the way to where the chain starts. Taking that needle, you're going to insert it between 2 stitches underneath that round of back loops only. So if you put your stitch marker in, just insert your needle right under that. Then you want to pull it all the way across. So you're actually going to fold your work in half. Then you're going to poke your needle out between 2 stitches on the other side underneath those back loops only. So that looks like about half for me, so I'm going to pull it through, just like that. Then I'm going to open up. On the inside, the chain should be flush against the top or really close. Now you want to try to even the chains out. Okay, you can see the chains are about even at the top. Now it's time to knot them together. We're simply going to double knot them at the top, but we want to make sure that the top stays flat. So I'm going to show you too tight. If I pull it too tight, it starts to distort the shape of the boppem. We don't want that. There's one knot, the top is still flat and it's nice and tight. I'm going to do the second double knot. Now it's on there, I could reach my hand in here and I could slip a few of my fingers underneath that handle, and that will keep it from flying off my hand when punching. We are now going to be working with color A. You're going to put a slip knot on your hook and attach it with a long yarn tail, because this yarn tail is going to come in handy in a few rounds. We are working round 16. It is 3 back loop only single crochets followed by a back loop only increase, and repeat this all the way around for a total of 40 stitches. I'm leaving my yarn end hanging down because that's going to come in handy later. Once you start doing this, you should see your work begin to fold outwards. Continue that all the way around and then meet me back here. For round 17, you'll be working regular stitches into both the front and the back loop. You'll be doing 4 single crochets and then an increase. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 48 stitches. Now that we finish round 17, a small gap has formed in our work between the final stitch of round 16 and the first stitch of round 17. So using this long tail end that we left, we're going to be closing that gap. Attach the needle to your yarn end. Here's my gap. I'm just going to pretty much shove my needle through some stitches on either side of that gap and then pull it closed. And I'll go around again. There we go, there's no more hole. Round 18 will be 5 single crochets and then an increase, and repeat that all the way around for a total of 56 stitches. Round 19 will be 6 single crochets and then an increase, repeat that all the way around for a total of 64 stitches. Round 20 is 7 single crochets followed by an increase, repeat that all the way around for a total of 72 stitches. Round 21 is 8 single crochets followed by an increase, repeat that all the way around for a total of 80 stitches. Round 22 is 9 single crochets followed by an increase, repeat that all the way around for a total of 88 stitches. Round 23 is our last round of increases, and it's 10 single crochets followed by an increase, repeat that all the way around for a total of 96 stitches. Do not fasten off once you're done with this round. I just finished round 23 and it's measuring 9 inches all the way across. Don't worry if your Sock'em Bop'em's not looking very round, it might look more like an octagon shape. That is totally okay. Once we work up the sides and stuff it, it will round it out. Continuing with color A, we're going to back loop only single crochet all the way around. At the end of this round, you should still have 96 stitches. Doing back loops only will help turn the work so that it starts going up. For rounds 25 through 43, single crochet all the way around. This is a total of 19 rounds, and you should still have 96 stitches after round 43. Once you get done with round 43, come back here, but don't fasten off just yet. I just finished round 43, and before fastening off, just do a slip stitch to slightly even out the edges. Now you can fasten off. After working all of those single crochet rows, if I measure it, it's about 6 3/4 inches from the top all the way down to that back loop only round. We are going back to color B. I am going to use purple, and I'm just hoping that I have enough to complete the project. Attached to your hook with a long yarn tail, there's going to be a gap that forms in your work again. For round 44, you'll be working in the back loops only, so you'll be doing 10 back loop only single crochets, followed by a back loop only decrease. You're going to repeat that all the way around for a total of 88 stitches. I will show you how to do a decrease once I get there. I'm not doing invisible decreases. I don't think it matters that much on this project, but feel free to decrease however you like. For this, I'm going to insert my hook into the back loop only, yarn over and pull up a loop. Then I'm going to insert my hook into the next back loop only, yarn over, pull up a loop. I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, pull through all 3, and that's how I'm going to do my decrease here. Round 45 will be 9 single crochets and then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 80 stitches. To do the decreases on this round, you're going to insert your hook into both the front and the back loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. Then you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. That means you should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. That's how I'm going to be doing my decreases for the rest of this project. We're going to take a break from crocheting because just like last color change, a small gap has formed. I need to take the long tail end that I left and weave it around some stitches to pull that closed. This next part is the most complicated part. What we're going to be doing is stabilizing the handhole inside. If you skip this part, what happens is when you punch, you will end up flipping the entire fist hole inside out, and it gets really annoying to push it back in. So I'm going to squish my Sock'em Bop'em so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to be using these leftover chains to help stabilize the handhole. So take one end and put a needle on it. We're going to be tying this around a stitch from round 43, which is simply the top round of single crochets using color A. So I'm going to take my needle, I'm going to push it down in between 2 stitches, and then I'm going to push it up in between the next 2. Let me show you that a little bit closer. I'm pushing my needle down in between 2 stitches and then up between the next 2. And now I'm just going to pull it all the way through. Sometimes it can be tricky to get the initial chain to go through. Here's what's tricky about this part, is we need the chain in here to be slack, because when we stuff our Sock'em Bop'em, it is going to puff out a little bit. And if we have our chain too tight, let me pull it too tight, when I stuff it and it starts puffing out at the bottom, it's pulling the top. So you'll get little puckers. Not a huge deal if that happens, just changes the look of it, but the function would be the same. So we want to make sure that this is kind of loose so that when we stuff it, it doesn't pull. But we don't want it to be so loose that if I punch and I pull, I can flip my fist hole inside out. I'm putting my fingers around the slack so I can see right here is where it would pucker, and then I'm pulling the fist hole down a little bit as if it were stuff to see if it's distorting the shape. And I don't see any distortion at this point. And if I were to pull my fist hole, it will not be flipping inside out. So let me measure this and let you know how long it is. Okay, here I am gonna try to stretch this and measure from the top of my knot of my fist hole all the way up to where it is wrapped around that stitch right now. So let's see. It's about 7.5 inches. Now I'm not pulling the chain super tight. If I pull it really taut, then it's 8.5 inches. Just measuring it straight, it's 7.5 inches. If your Sock'em Bop'em is taller this way, then you're gonna want your chain to be a little bit looser than mine. Now that it's around there, I'm literally just gonna knot it. Like this, double knot. 1. 2. That's it. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other chain and try to go directly across from the one I just connected. If you think you're going to punch kind of hard with these, then you might want to put 2 more stabilizing chains between the first 2, which is what this blue chain is here. I think it'd be fine with just 2, but just to be safe, you can do 2 more. Basically, you're going to attach it to the edge of the fist hole, chain up, and then slip stitch it to the very top, making sure you have adequate slack. Use color A because if you don't, you will see a little bit of where it's attached to the side. Attach color A to your hook with a slip knot. And then you need to find that row of leftover back loop onlys, and you're just going to shove your hook through those stitches. Doesn't have to be perfect. Next, you can slip stitch or single crochet to attach it, and then you're just going to chain up until stretched out it's about 6.5 inches. Again, if your Sock'em Bop'em is a little bit taller than mine, then you're going to want to chain yours a little bit higher. Okay, from the edge of the fist hole to the top, maybe 2 or 3 more stitches for me. pulled top, mine measures 6.5 inches, so I'm going to be putting it kind of between the other two over here. Just like you did with the needle, you're going to put your hook between 2 stitches and then up between the next 2. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through everything to slip stitch it on. Next, chain 1 and then fasten off. That's all there is to it. It is attached, there's some slack, your fist hole should be going nowhere. It probably looks like a mess inside your work, and that is totally fine. Just leave all the yarn ends inside. Round 46 is 8 single crochets and then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 72 stitches. Round 47 is 7 single crochets and then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 64 stitches. Round 48 is 6 single crochets and then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 56 stitches. Round 49 is 5 single crochets followed by a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 48 stitches. Round 50 is 4 single crochets and then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 40 stitches. At this point, we're going to pause and stuff the Sock'em Bop'em, but first weave in any ends you need for extra security. You're going to want to stuff the Bop'em very generously, more than you think, using about 1 pound of stuffing, and you want to carefully work around those stabilizing chains. So I'm kind of putting one hand inside and lifting the chain and packing all the stuffing down underneath it. Round 51 is 3 single crochets and then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 32 stitches. You can see that I'm using my fingers to press the stuffing down so that I don't catch it in my stitches. It's a little tricky, but try to keep your stitches tight so that the stuffing doesn't poke through. Round 52 is 2 single crochets, then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 24 stitches. Round 53 is 1 single crochet, then a decrease. Repeat that all the way around for a total of 16 stitches. At this point, you're going to want to stuff it the rest of the way, ensuring there is enough stuffing in the center above the fist. Round 54 is the last round of crocheting, and it's simply 8 decreases. At the end of this round, you should have 8 stitches left. After round 54, you may think that that hole is big. It is not. It's supposed to be like that. We're going to be cinching it closed. So we need to fasten off with a long yarn tail. Here we go, put that yarn tail on your hook. Okay, now to get this closed, you are going to be putting your needle through the front loop only of all 8 stitches left. So I'm just kind of like weaving it around just the front loop only. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once it's around all those stitches, you simply pull. And it cinches it closed nice and tight. I will say those last few rounds are really hard to crochet tight enough, so if you ended up having some gapping that formed and you can see your stuffing through your stitches, just use this yarn tail and help pull those stitches closed. If you can see your stuffing through every single stitch on the whole Sock'em Bop'em, that means you needed to use a smaller hook size. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means that your crochet tension is not as tight as the way my crochet tension is. Weave that yarn in around nice and good till you're comfortable and fasten off and you're done. Just be wary of putting a whole bunch of knots on the top because you don't want to create any balking that would hurt when you hit someone with this. I'm going to fasten off. Going to use my needle to tuck that yarn end inside. If your Sock'em Bop'em gets distorted, just pat it back into position. There she is. Okay, let's measure her. If I measure color B across the top, it is 9 inches across. And then if I were to measure, my camera died right at the end there, so let's try this again. If I measure all the way around the center of my Sock'em Bop'em, it measures 32.5 inches. There you have it, the adult size Sock'em Bop'em tutorial. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or comments, let me know down below and I will do my best to respond to them. And if you want a written version of the pattern, you can purchase that. The link to my Etsy is down below. Thanks, later hookers. Attach the yarn to your hook with a slip knot. That was the craziest thing that I have ever just done. I did not even pull that hard.